tuning in to another episode. Right now, I'm gonna take y'all forward a little bit, forward a few years past some of the previous stories I've been telling y'all. Right. So let me see. The early winter months of the year 2001. I'm nearing the end of my first prison term, right? Because I did three altogether, like I've been saying. But this one, I was serving 5 to 20. I done jacked off a bunch of my good time, which means they give you so many days off of each month a year. So I would have did like 3 years and some change. I ended up doing almost a whole 5 year minimum requirement for that first term. So I'm I'm on a yard in Macomb Correctional Facility, right? And I'm rotating still as an Atlantic Muslim. So I'm in tune with most of the Muslims on the yard. Some of them I don't know. I know them in passing and speaking. Assalamu alaikum, brother. See Salah, brother. Islam, brother. You know, for the Mobites and whatnot. So I run into a brother in my unit named Mark X. Now, me and Mark X got real tight fast because we had a lot in common. Mark was a lot shorter than me, though, right? Stocky brother, good brother, real eloquent, you know. A soldier, you know. I knew Mark had been locked up for something along the lines of a domestic thing, a sexual thing, or something, right? Now, the funny thing about sexual crimes, sexual misconduct crimes, or sexual assaults when it comes to dudes that you locked up with, it's a thin line between a dude who flat out sexually assaulted a female, right, and a dude who's a victim of a spiteful female. And I'm not taking sass, and I'm not saying that women are not getting raped or sexually assaulted, I should say. What I'm saying is that I know for a fact some individuals who were falsely accused of sexual assaults and later on got exonerated and vindicated because the courts decided that the females were giving false statements and testimonies, right? So that's what I'm saying. So when you hear things about dudes who locked up for those type of crimes and you start seeing their character and it don't match their character and they telling you, bro, man, look, me and the girl was over there. She got mad about this, that, and the other. She jumped on my back. I slung her off on the couch. She hit her head. She called the police and said I raped her, right? So you hear those type of stories. So you stop judging people and you start judging them more for what they in their, you know, what their current mental state and behavior patterns is saying about them, right? Because a lot of people go through things in life where they were wrong. I was wrong a lot of times. So I was one of the. That's why when you hear me speak with compassion, when you hear me speak with understanding and empathy for people's situations, because I've been a slime ball. I've done some of the worst things you can imagine to people, right? So now when I speak about these things, I'm getting to the point where I'm cleaning my slate, so to speak, right? So when I meet this brother, I wasn't judging him because his character spoke so highly of him as an opposite spectrum of somebody as a rapist, right? I knew him as a devout Muslim, but he was still a human. He was still a good brother. He still was from the street, so he had that edge to him, and we was soldiering together. We got real tight, real close. I ended up leaving Macomb and coming home from that first bid in 2002. So me and Mark had really lost contact for a few years after I came home because I got into broadcasting school, graduated broadcasting school, got the intern for a local black-owned film company and production company, interned for him for a year or so. So I was doing my thing for a few years. My father got murdered in 2004. So after that, I wasn't really trying to get in touch with people anyway. I was looking for revenge, get back, and to keep the family solid and make sure money was steady rotating. Because we went from a lavish lifestyle to kind of trying to figure out how things was going to be, right? And how ends was going to meet. So lost contact with the brother. I forget how we get back in contact specifically. I want to say my man Rob Cross linked us back together because Rob was locked up with us at Macomb. He was a pivotal dude in me doing those last few years because me and him locked in probably like 99 and we rolled out 3 years together. Went from went from Virginia, where I met him at when I was doing the time at Jarrett, Virginia, in Greensville, when I was talking about how I got pimped in prison. Boom, that's that episode. When I met him down there, we locked in, and he was the dude I believe that linked me and Mark X back up. So we got to hanging again. It was like we had never missed a beat. He was getting to the money, driving trucks, had him a nice truck on rims, had him a nice Ninja, or one of them crotch rockets or whatever, right? Hopping out, furred up, Versace lenses and all type. You know, he was doing his thing. So it was refreshing because I was also doing my thing. So it's always refreshing to run into a dude that you went through the struggle with, that you were in the trenches, in the gutter with, right? And we was in hell. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care how nice the prisons look, like college dorms. The mental and emotional things that you go through in those situations. I don't care if you gang banging or you a Christian. When you in there and you have to go through those emotional mental roller coasters, it's detrimental to your health overall. I'm telling you firsthand. I went through all type of up and down health issues because of that, you know, over the years. Now, so to see a dude when you're on the other side and both of y'all shining and y'all ain't doing nothing wrong, it's a beautiful thing. Now, I can't say I wasn't doing nothing wrong because I had my hand in probably some weed sales or some stuff like that, maybe. And I really, the worst thing was that I was hell-bent on hate and revenge. So that was my biggest thing back then. And Mark used to calm me down. So he was a much needed, it was good to see my comrades, put it like that, after all those years, right? It was needed to be around somebody who had a spiritual inclination to say, hold on, bro, look at it a different way. Calm down. You don't need that smoke no more. Now, let's speed the story up a little bit, right? Around, let's say, 05, 06, I ran back into Mark. We locked in for about, so it had to have been probably 05, because we locked in for a year or so, riding around, hanging out, partying, shopping, hitting Great Lakes Crossing and whatnot, which is like an outlet outside of Detroit for people who are not from Michigan or Detroit. And it was just a good thing. Me, him, and some old brothers locked in. Now, let's say the early part, or the summer actually, summer of 2006, a lot of things was going on with me and the family, right? We had a lot of street beefs. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of back and forth shootouts between us and other individuals, right? So our house ended up getting, our house got burned down. You know, our primary residence, the one I'm in now actually, the house got burned damn near completely out after a shooting. You know what I mean? So we had to go through a whole bunch of issues with insurance companies and otherwise, right? In the meantime, I'm doing I'm supervising the clean out to get all the burnt stuff out the house into the dumpsters and kind of get it prepped and ready for you know, for the and the contractors, whatnot. So because we were trying to save some money really, and do the work, some of the work ourselves. Now, Mark pulled up one day. Now me and him had been hanging all summer because a situation happened with his son's mother, right? And she had got locked up in the county for some stuff for a few months. So we was in our whole bag. You know what I mean? We was on man horse status. It was like we was running around. Women was choosing, right? We both out. We both shining. We both, you know what I mean, stocky. We both, you know, skin. You know what I mean? We looking the part. So he the little short, dark skinned, angry one in some situations, right? So they thought, and I was the one that was kind of a little more laid back and a little tall and the silly one, right? So we had our options. So I had seen Mark he had a bunch of little chicks around, let's say that. A bunch of little, a lot of them was younger. Like, you know, let's say 18, 19, 20, 21. In my mind, I'm just figuring, like, some people was like, man, something wrong with that. Yo, bro, oh, he got young bros. Like, it's okay to have some chicks that's a little younger than you, but these bros, like, 19, 20. So I understood. I'm like, damn, I get it. They consenting, they of age, right? That was my mentality. And I'm like, plus you got to think, Mark had been gone all that time. So I was figuring he playing catch up, right? He got home, got in a relationship. He started seeing the pressure of that. He like, damn, I messed up. We got these kids now. I still want to have fun. That's how I was looking at it. So one particular day he pull up because he had been calling me, but I'm not hearing it because we got the music playing for the work site. And he pull up with a little cute thing with him. She cute. She cute as hell. So I see her from the truck. I see him. I'm like, here go his hot ass again, right? His nasty ass. So I'm like, here go his nasty ass. So Mark, he get out. He hop out. What's up, bro? We about to doop, 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 doop. I got my friend with me. I'm like, who is that? I'm like, he like, it's Brittany, right? He like, she got a twin. So I'm like, oh yeah? He like, yeah, what you want to do? We can link up. Ooh, I said, bro, I don't know about today, because it was a Friday too, if I ain't mistaken, because I remember him trying to go out. We was supposed to be hitting Belle Isle, supposed to be hitting downtown, Greek Town. If you don't know about Belle Isle is an island park that's in Detroit, right? And it's right in between Detroit and like the Canadian border, but it's connected to Detroit with a bridge, probably like a eighth of a mile, quarter-mile bridge. And it's notorious in Detroit for hanging out in the summertime. All the cars used to meet up on the strip. You can go out there and slide off and, you know, get intimate with your one thing, get it in, right? But it was really notorious for having a strip where people line their cars up on both sides. Kind of how you would see on like Boys in the Hood when they ride down, everybody out partying, music, bumping out their rides and whatnot. Some people barbecuing, everybody getting toasted, right? So that was our plan. We're going to hit Belle Isle later on, right? Greek Town, which is downtown Detroit. Nice hub of restaurants, bars, casino now. So I'm like, damn, it sounds tempting. But I'm like, I don't know. I got to get this because this is where we need to get back in the house and everything. It's like, it's crazy right now. And we got a deadline. I'm like, let me see baby girl. If she got a twin, you feel what I'm saying? Then it got to be, you know, maybe if I see her and she looking like something, then it might be worth my chase, right? Might be worth the pursuit. So I say, tell her hop out. So she hop out. He's like, hey, come here, boo. She hop out. I'm like, oh, wait. Feel me? Curves. You know, petite though, little frame, bop, bop, cute as hell. You can tell she got her own hair, it's pulled back in like a little cute little ponytail. And I like natural more than makeup, so she just had real clean skin, probably some lip gloss on, nails done, toes done. You know, you can peep this type of stuff. She shake my hand and introduce herself like a young lady. I said, now I could tell she probably about maybe 21, 22, right? Probably, and I think at the time, let me see, '07, like, yeah, me and Mark was probably like in our early 30s, so it wasn't a bad look like some of the other ones I had seen, and this one seemed a lot more mature than some of them other ones, right? So I'm like, damn, how about let's take a rain check and we invite him out on a later date? He's like, all right, we'll do that. We said, all right, holler at him later. Nice to meet you. Put in the word for your sister. Brief exchange, boom. Now, I don't know what happened. Life happened. We got busy. Few weeks passed. It was almost time for his baby mama to get out the county jail. So she ended up on her way home. So now he threw his phone, deleting. I got to get this broad up out of here. She got to go. She got to go. I'm done with all of them. Can't be. You know what I mean? So I'm telling him like, dog, what's up with girl? Now, when he introduced himself to, introduced me to Brittany, he was like, no, we ain't messed around. We just cool. You know what I mean? We just hang out, but you know, we can make it a double hanging out situation. Not like a double date, but we all gonna hang and we kick it, right? So I'm looking at it like, man, she's saying she this cool. Let me holler at her. You about to delete all these numbers anyway? Let me get girl number. He like, damn, how you gonna introduce yourself to? I said, you remember we met that day? Just, you know, at the time I'm doing production work. I got my first big studio. I got about, 15 to 20 racks invested in this studio. Nice studio. I got some of everything you can imagine. A couple of MPC 2000s. I got big rolling keyboards, Sennheisers. I got some of the top-notch stuff that I've been like looking up and kind of going and get here and there, pawn shops, catching stuff on, I forget the place used to go back then, but anyway, I got all this stuff going on, right? So I'm like, that's how I'm gonna cut into her, like, because I know she was doing her modeling thing. And that's how I'm going to remind her of who I am. He was against it. He didn't want to do it. So I'm peeping it. I'm like, man, I'm going to take the number down anyway. So I just took the number anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And I started shooting her, little text here and there. And we started hanging out eventually. At the time, though, she had like a little boyfriend or whatever in the background, or still lingering around, some little lame. And I don't, his name is unnecessary because I don't even remember it, but he was in the background playing games on her phone, and I ain't had time for that type of shit. You got to think, I'm 31 or so at the time. I'm in the streets heavy, and I think at the time she thought I was a square, for real, because I dressed real casual all the time. Prada shoes, Cole Haan, Havana Joe boots. If y'all familiar with that. Yeah, I dressed real casual for the most part. Casual sporty. You understand? I call it the dope dealing politician look, right? So I think she took me for a lame. And we laugh about that all the time. You know what I mean? We've laughed about it often because I'm like, I think you thought I was a hook or something. Oh, good sugar daddy type nigga, a little older than you, right? Because little did I know, Brittany at the time wasn't nothing but 18 when we started hanging. I didn't know that until years later because I ended up going back to prison in '07, right? Which means I lose contact with Mark. I lose contact with Brittany. I didn't come back home in 2010. When I come home in 2010, right, you got to think, when you're gone, you start thinking about everybody that you done smashed, right? Not to be vulgar, but everybody that you done smashed, so you want to link back up with those bonds, right? So I start thinking, damn, what baby girl? I wonder how to get in touch with baby girl, Brittany. Now, her twin sister had a unique name, right? Which I ain't going to put out there, but her twin sister's name was more unique than Brittany. I said, it's going to be hard to find a Brittany, but if I put her sister's name in, right, then I know that it popped up. Probably like the second or third person, right? That's how unique the name is. So I shoot her a little inbox, like, damn, y'all stay way in another state. I'm like, you remember me? Whoop, whoop. How your sister been? She's like, yeah, I remember you. She doing good. She just had a baby. Whoop, whoop. She on Facebook. This her name on there. Whoop, whoop. So when I go look, I'm naive to Facebook. I was a late bloomer to Facebook. I still don't have no damn, what's that called? I still don't got no Twitter account. Ain't that crazy? I'm going to get a Twitter account. Don't judge me. And then I'm just getting my TikTok. So you got to understand, I've been in the streets a long time and just legitimizing myself the last 5 to 10 years off and on. And I was late to some technology. So don't judge me. But when I got on Facebook, I didn't know when it said married to this person that you wasn't really married. So she had a dude who coincidentally had the same last name as her, and it said married. So I'm looking at it like, damn, she married. So I'm like, see, you ain't got married now and this, that, and that. She like laughing out loud, yeah. Because she thought I knew him, but just being funny. That wasn't the case. I'm like, damn, she married and had a baby. I didn't get my shot. You feel what I'm saying? This is like, I wanted to catch her because she was a nice one. That was my mentality. I'm trying to get at her. Now, just so happened we got real cool. We got real tight, and I had just came home, so I'm in my spiritual bag real heavy. I'm in my, I'm focused. I ain't smoking, drinking, I ain't hanging, I ain't having no sex, right? So I'm giving her, she in a different headspace because she had just had a baby, her second one, and she was going through some things, right, emotionally. Not necessarily postpartum, but just like I need somebody to talk to sometime. Somebody who got a sound mind, who gonna give me an unbiased opinion or a perspective. So that was me, and that became a routine thing with us, where it wasn't even a dating thing with me no more. I'm just like, damn, she going through something. After I found out she wasn't really married, of course, right? Because I don't do married. Well, I did marry. It ain't turned out right, and I'll never do it again. But this situation, like, I was just being there. She asked me to be her son's godfather. I was with that. She said, I like the things you say. They make me feel the way, and they had me thinking, would you do me the honor? I said, I'd be honored. I've never been somebody's godfather before. Bet. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Now I'm somebody's godfather, and it gave me great honor. No, but for real. Right? So that's what happened. When she came back to Detroit, we started hanging out and whatnot. Her and my brother and her twin actually started linking up and doing their thing way before me and her even thought about that. And then it just so happened we transitioned to that, and it was a brothers messing with twins, bad strap twins type of thing. You feel me? We doing the music, we getting to the money, all type of stuff. We having parties all the time. We had a nice little lit energy around us. So when I'm thinking about like, damn, I ain't been in touch with Mark. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody seen Mark. I started looking up Mark. Started looking him up online, cause you know when you meet a dude locked up and you don't hear from him, nobody that y'all knew heard from him, you can't find him at his people's house. You like, damn, what the hell? Excuse me. Or rather, you go past the last place you knew he was staying at, and there's nobody staying there. So I'm like, damn. I'm wonder, bro left town, because he was saying that I'm driving these trucks now. I might skip OT and do some driving or something. But this my dude. And I was wondering why he hadn't touched bases with me when I was gone. You know what I mean? I had heard he had stopped by the house once or twice. And then all of a sudden, my arms, I'm like, we ain't seen him. We ain't seen him since like 2008, 2009. I'm like, damn, I hope he ain't, you know. Because he had a little temper a little bit sometimes. He was smooth mostly, but I'm thinking maybe he didn't got bodied or he locked back up. So now I'm trying to Google public records and stuff like that. And the thing that popped up was an appeal. So I'm like, damn, an appeal. And I look at the date on the appeal and I click on it. I'm like, damn, he just caught this case. You know what I mean? It's like a 2009. I'm like, so damn, bro, been locked up for at least a year. So that's like I say, when I come home, it's 2010. So anyway, I'm like, damn. As I'm reading the details of why he was putting this appeal in and what he was convicted for, it fucked me up. It messed me up because you got to think, all these years I had gave this brother the benefit of the doubt for what he was initially incarcerated for when I met him in Macomb in 2001. So how it reads, and I ain't gonna go to the actual court records, but what it said was this, right? He was trying to get, he was on the writ of habeas corpus to get back on prosecutorial misconduct, misrepresentation of evidence, and probably like two other issues, right? The thing was, though, the courts were saying that he hadn't exhausted his state legal remedies as far as appeals and whatnot first, and also that prosecutorial misconduct. When you look, when the court that's reviewing an appeal is reviewing it, and you're saying that you're doing so, you want to get an appeal based on, or partly based on, prosecutorial misconduct, the reviewing court has to consider what the cornerstone of the evidence is, or what the conviction is, and it's not the prosecutor's job. It's if the trial was fair or not. It ain't based on if the prosecutor did a bad job or a good job. It's if the evidence was weighed fairly in the trial setting. And you got to think, he got a jury trial that convicted him. So he got convicted of first-degree sexual assault, I think more than one of those, and a second-degree sexual assault, and an assault with a weapons charge. One young lady says that after meeting him, while she was walking, he's riding, right? Which was kind of bro MO, so it was kind of making sense. I'm like, hold on. I could picture this, because I remember us riding, and he just, whoop, whoop, hey, what's up? He just hit Belle Isle, right? That was his thing. The young ladies say that he pull up, and they get to knowing each other, right? Conversing, talking for a little while. I don't know, she didn't detail how long that was, but a short while. Maybe, let's give it a generalization and say maybe a month or so, right? Maybe, whatever. The thing is, they go to Belle Isle, which, like I say, is a spot you go to hang at. Oh, Lord, if they don't stop there. It's a spot either you go to hang at, right? Or you go to get it in. But it's a casual environment. There is no preconceived thoughts that just because we go to Belle Isle, we about to smash. So they go to Belle Isle, which I described to you earlier. Then they shoot from that to the Dearborn Drive-In. It's only one drive-in in Detroit, right? Which is like right there, right on the cusp of Detroit and Dearborn, right? So go to the drive-in. She say, bro, with the knife out on, and put it to her neck. And she said, whoa, whoa, whoa. He said, hold on. You mine now, right? Ripped the panties off and proceeded to sexually assault her several times. Several times. So that's like you raping this girl in the drive-in for allegedly for I don't know how long. Now, I say allegedly to give the benefit of the doubt, right? But let's go to the prosecutor pulling a witness on the stand, right? Because she did her research, they did their due diligence and found that he had somebody who made a complaint against him 2 years prior in 2007, saying that he sexually assaulted her as well at a motel in Southfield. Similar MO. I'm going to pull up, I meet you, let's go hang out. In this scenario, I believe the young lady says that, wait, don't do that, I'm on my period. He said, it don't matter, we go together now anyway. Proceed to rip her menstrual pad off, run his tongue along her buttocks, right, and elsewhere, and then proceed to sexually assault her. Now, the irony of this is that I met my daughter's mother through this individual, because we got a 10-year-old daughter right now, you know. Like my daughter you see on the previous episode when I talking about co-parenting, and I was at my daughter's mama's house. I only got one kid, so I met her through him. When I was showing her the information that was online available for bro, she was like, whoa. She's like, he ain't never tried none of that stuff with me. We just hung out a couple times. I said, I understand. I said, but just imagine though. She's like, well, it'd have been a fight. I said, I get it, but still. The point is, this is who I met you through. That's the irony of this. This is a dude I was locked in with. And it's just funny how life takes you and twists and turns you and the people you meet along the course of your life. Who would have thought that when I met bro, I would have never thought I'm going to meet a female through you and I'm going to have a kid with this chick. I just always thought we going to get home and get to the money, stay on our deen, right? Stay in our prayers and our studies and live a good life. Because we know now how financial literacy work. We know how money work. We understood all those things that were lacking in our lives that even led us to prison. You know what I'm saying? If we understood in the streets how fight, we were the type of individuals, and I'm still the type of individual. If I understood how money worked years ago, I would have, because I never flashed out for anger, violence, just to do some shit. I was always trying to get to the bag. And just so happened on my course to get to the bag, I was doing dumb shit too. That led me to the penitentiary and didn't profit me none really. I think the only money I ever got off any bid I ever did was my first one. That was $100 that we shared. I mean, where we split $400 between 4 individuals, and I didn't even really care about that. I was ready to go home that night on some real 100 shit. You know, and that's another story that I'll share with y'all eventually. However, the point of this video is that I talk to a lot of young ladies all the time about watch and be careful about just meeting dudes, and just because they look the part and they talk the part, right? Because my bro most definitely did, was fly, fresh, short, you know what I mean? But he had that confidence of a big dude and would spit at anything. And I'm talking about we had big parties. We went to big cabarets. I'm with all his family, all his baby mama family. They all started knowing me. I was choosing amongst her little cousins and her sister and everybody, right? Trying to see who I was going to... You know how it is when you get around an environment. You like, I'm going to figure out which one I want first before I just strike one, because there's too many of them. So there was a lot of that going on. Now, you meet these dudes, and I'm talking to the sisters, the ladies, right? And I say that because I know some of these dudes. Slime ball ass dudes. Putting shit in females' drinks. Cutting the tips off the end of condoms, right? And putting it back in the pack. You understand what I'm saying? Don't even wash their balls good. I call them sink dingalings. They just slap that boy in the sink, slap some water on it, and you like, I wore a condom. And you understand what I'm saying? But his balls and his booty crusty, baby. You understand? So I tell all my female friends and loved ones, just because a dude played the part and looked the part and sound good and smell good and he's living a normal life, you got some dudes who got some sick tendencies. And until you know the history of a person, his parents, you know what I mean? What kind of parents did this dude have, if he had parents? What kind of upbringing did this dude have? What kind of lifestyle did he live years prior to you? What kind of trauma did he go through as a child? All of those things affect the individual. And it happens with women too, because you got women out there that's on slime all the time too. But this is relevant to a man because this is a man I'm talking about, or to men because this is a man that I'm talking about, right? And I often over the years have argued and debated with a lot of females concerning the dudes they're around, because I sniff out fraudulent dudes. I've been around dudes in a concentrated environment to be able to study them and look at them for 10 years of my life off and on. Who better to give you some insight without sounding like I'm hating? I'm not hating on nobody. If he's a solid dude, he deserve a good chick like you. If he's solid though. But if he ain't, who better to tell you than the dude who you know solid, who got your best interests at heart? I got homegirls fall asleep around me butt naked, right hand to God, wallahi. I covered them up. You understand what I'm saying? They met him on first, second dates. They didn't want to fall asleep. You understand what I'm saying? Bad ones. All my friends, I'll pull them on here. You understand what I'm saying? And have them talk to you. If I'm lying, y'all get in the comment section and tell me I'm lying. I don't like slime ball ass dudes who do slime ball ass shit to women, kids, old people. It bothers me. It bothers me. So when I found that out, I was kind of hot. Because, bro, you have been around my family, my little sister. It started making me look back and wondering, like, damn, little jokes that he was saying, were they coded? Were they, intentional? Meaning then the only reason I show restraint around these women that he around is because this is bro and I know how he get down. You know how I'm going to give it up if you in violation of that type of, violate a woman around me. I can't say what I am and ain't going to do. But let's pray to God I can show full restraint. You know what I mean? Let's pray to God I can show full restraint. Because if you I tell dudes all the time, bro, that ain't my business, but please, bro, don't hit her in front of me, bro. If you and girl arguing, I know, I get it. She might have did some foul stuff to you, bro. And that's your woman. But please, bro, just not in front of me, big bro. Because I can't take that. I ain't the type of dude I am. Now, let's clarify something. I done been in a relationship situation where we done got physical. I might have, or some stuff. And that was like in my younger, immature days. And you talking about horrible. And man, these people are cool because they understood, like, listen, that ain't nothing, especially when you heated and you drunk. But I ain't no fight, no woman. Ain't no abuse. I'm about to beat your ass. I'm about to take something from you. If you my woman and you don't feel like it, you don't feel like it. You don't want to give it up. And then this might sound a little weird. I done did 10 years away. You understand what I'm saying? So I know how to get me together if I need to get me together. I didn't even get caught getting me together with one of my women. And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, well, at least you know I ain't cheating. At least you know I'm keeping it in the house. You feel me? I talk to my daughter's mother about this often because she has 3 daughters altogether. Her older daughter, Brooklyn, I watched Brooklyn off and on growing up, you know what I mean? And as she becoming a young lady, she be 16. I see her going into the school. I make sure she get in school just like the little ones. I'm like, damn, I remember when she was a little kid. You know what I mean? I remember she was a little baby and she about to be a young adult. I ain't a judge, a jury, or executioner, but I do believe that men who assault women need to be castrated. It's my belief. It's my belief. If you assault a woman sexually, I think they should legally castrate you. And I'm going to leave this episode on that note. Man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. OG Kenny. O_G_Kenny. Retired from the Streets TV. I love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Loved ones.